It's all part of us. We can all choose love. It'll lift you up.
I see my son bringing a lot of patience and thoughtfulness from Choose Love. You know, when he brings it home, it's more of a tool instead of following a program. He kind of will remind me to kind of stop and think things through. Sometimes when I just react and I go, blah, 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 he'll say, I think you're just upset and it's making me upset, you know, instead of just chomping back at me. You know how sometimes that happens between a parent and a child. He will sort of stop and go, I see you overreacting, you know, as much as a 6-year-old can say, but he really does put that into my head. And I remember the other day that happened and I said, you're right, I need to nudge the numbnut is actually what I said. And I said, I think that I just kind of overreacted and let's start over. Yeah.
I've definitely seen an attitude adjustment in my child since the Choose Love program has been initiated at her school. Definitely in for Owen, I think the compassion in action has most impacted her. Every time someone's in trouble or someone's hurt or someone's grieving, she is the first to go to them and to offer help or just a hand on the shoulder or a hug or whatever it is. And I've never seen her do that before. And it's just amazing that our kids are that thoughtful of other people.
So my son was in the Choose Love program for 2 years, and he is now in 7th grade at an intermediate school. And at this school, a couple weeks ago, we discovered that he was being cyberbullied. And when we confronted him about it, he's like, I know, you know, that guy, I've never even spoken to him before. And, you know, I don't care, Mom, just delete it. I'm going, no, this needs to be blah, blah, blah. And right then and there, you know, my son never is combative towards us. And just to see that he was really caring about the other kid first, I said, you know what, fine. Do you mind if I reach out to the kid and talk to him? Something's got to be done on our end. And he's like, that's fine, but do not get him in trouble. Fine. I went about it, texting this kid that had just, you know, slaughtered my son online. And lo and behold, the kid calls, as I had gently asked. And we talked it out, you know, this 8th grader and I, that at the end of it was apologizing. You know, he didn't understand. He was being bullied at school too. And at the end of it, it's just like, hey dude, you've got my number. Call if you need. For my son, again, he was like, you see, he's not a bad guy, is he? And that was eye-opening for both of us because we are here hounding this kid, our son, to, you know, we're gonna get it done. And he's like, hey, you're talking about hurting someone else's feelings. So with that, like I said, I did want to just piggyback off of this because this basically sums up, you know, my son that I'm always questioning, and I know I attribute it to Choose Love. So although we can't always choose what happens to us, we can always choose how to respond. You just learn so much from kids. Children can learn to choose a loving thought over an angry one. When a child realizes that they have the power to positively impact themselves, as well as those around them, it is empowering and perpetuates their positive actions and interactions. Like, we learned that from our kid through Choose Love. So, happy cry, as I say. But, yeah, really great stuff.
Well, a tangible from Choose Love I actually saw the other day. I was going through my son's folder and he had a little note, just like a half sheet of paper folded in half with a little heart drawn on it. And it had his name on it, and then it was just the picture of the heart and then love and then the name of another student. And I asked him about it, and I said, "What is this from?" And he said, "Oh, that's from Choose Love." And I said, "What was it for?" And he said it was the kindness, it was a kindness challenge, I think. And they had to do 50 acts of kindness in a week. And I thought, oh, that's really nice. What did you do? And that led to a discussion about the different ways that they were showing kindness to each other throughout the week, which I thought was a really interesting idea. Like, what if we did that as adults?
Kira's brought into the house, I think, a sense of courage, for one thing. She's a little bit of a timid child, and I think she's found a way to think about what she's doing and find the strength from this to do things that she might not have done before.
Yeah, so my daughter wants to reach out to kids more in her class that she notices are having a bad day or are new to the school and might not have immediate friends. She always comes home and she tells me about new kids. There have been new kids really recently, and so she's reached out to them at lunch or during a free break. So that's something different because she usually always wants to hang out with her own friends generally. And then my son tends to see also kind of the same things as someone's having a bad day. So he wants to bring them to our house. That's been fun. But it's just nice to see them seeing kids that might be hurting or recognizing behavior that's not as appropriate and then responding in kind to that.
Absolutely. Choose Love has changed my behavior in a variety of ways. I feel that this program, this movement, really is creating a ripple effect. So my children are exposed to loving kindness in our home, and then they're exposed to loving kindness at school, and they're surrounded by people, educators, teachers, and their classmates at school and at home who are all in on this incredible movement. And so when they come back and they've been around that energy all day when they're at school, and they get more of that at home, and they share that energy with us, and then we as parents share that with our friends and the other people that we interact with in the world, we are creating a ripple effect of loving kindness that I believe truly has the ability to heal this world.
It's all part of us. We can all choose love.